And welcome to the second Northern Ireland map that I've downloaded to play on, and I'm quite enjoying, although this one may not make part of the permanent collection, but I'm certainly enjoying it at the moment. And this one is Carrigart. So I'll see if I can get you the spelling there. It's a very small map. No, it's not. It doesn't have the name on the map there anyway. It's called Carrigart, or Carrigart 22, I think they called this one. It is from an earlier map, an earlier version of Farming Simulator. Now, big difference you'll notice with this one, if we just come and stand here for a second, is I don't have a farmhouse. Instead I have a townhouse. You're sort of thinking, well, what does someone own a townhouse for in a farming game? And the reason for that is that in this particular map, this map, if I zoom in here for a second, you can see there are actually paddocks, there are actually farms, even though it is a very small map. But I'm going to do this as a contractor. So what I'm going to do is just wander down to the garage here. Now, I could take my trusty MX-5. The only downside of, and you can see I've got a lawnmower in there as well, which I've actually just used for mowing the lawns. The only problem with taking the MX-5 is I'd have to go down the road there and go all around by the roads to get to the sea. So I'm going to take a shortcut instead. And instead of taking the MX-5 this time, we will take my bicycle. So it's actually quicker to take the bike for where we're going because I don't have to stick to the roads. So we'll just head on down here. Okay, so you see I actually quite like this little village here, so that's why I decided to have a little townhouse and work as a contractor instead of actually owning a farm on this map. So if we head down here and across here, there you go, it's that little shortcut. I wouldn't take the MX-5 down there, the road looked a bit too rough for such a low-hanging car really. But we'll head on down here, and right in here, this is where I keep my contracting shed. Now I've actually put this in here, this was a paddock right here. Now, I'll just park my bike up along here, don't really need to put it in the shed at the moment. Or no, maybe I should. Don't know what the neighbourhood's like here. As you can see, I have here a contractor's shed. Now I currently only have enough contracting equipment to do mowing and baling contracts, but since much of this farm is actually grass anyway, I think that'll be fine. So I may, if I manage to save more money up, I may end up getting more equipment, like a combine harvester or something. But let's just go and have a look, and we'll just have a look at the kind of. So I think, so at the moment you see there's 4 contracts available. There's a harvesting one, which I could do that and buy the equipment. There's also 3 baling ones, so 9, 30 and 36. So let's just go and have a look at the map. 9, 30 and 36 we're looking for. So 9 will be down this end. That one there. 30 is up there. And 36 is up on the corner there. So I actually quite like the look of number 30. Although then again 30 and 9 both look interesting. Let's start by doing contract 30. Have a look at that. It'll give you a chance to see a wee bit of the map. Oh yes, that one also pays the most, so we accept the contract but we use my own equipment. And then we'll go and grab some stuff. Now, just trying to remember what mowers I've got there. Oh, that's right, I've got twin mowers. So we'll use the class tractor here. So these 2 tractors, they're the same mod in 2 different colours, and I've got different engine options in both. So the orange one's got smaller wheels and a smaller motor, and the green one here has the arms on the front as well as on the back. The 3-point hitch. So since I've got two mowers, we're going to use the class tractor, the green one, for doing the mowing itself. Either tractor can run the baler, any tractor can run a swather and things, but yeah, the class tractor's got to be the one that I use for doing the actual mowing itself. Now, I'll just not doing too well here tonight. Oh, really not doing too well. Okay. Oh, okay. So I've got to go and... Did I? Just should have looked. Well, I have got that one folded up. Just doesn't fold very narrow, really. Here we go. Okay, so... Oh no, I better fold that one up, otherwise we'll never get out the door. Okay. And then we better lock up the garage before we go. You can see I have put my bike in there, because I don't know what the neighbourhood's like around here. I haven't played this map enough to know that. Now, I am assuming that this map is pronounced Carrigart. It's Carrigart. But to be perfectly honest, to be Carrigart, if the T was silent, would probably sound better. But I'm just not sure how you meant to pronounce this, whether it's Carrigart or Carrigart. So I'll call it Carrigart since that's how it's spelt. But if someone confirms to me that I've got that wrong, then I'll change it and I'll start calling it Carrigart instead. Yeah, to me it does kind of sound better. Now this map's pretty well split in two, with this river going down in between the two parts. That bridge there is the only road across between the two halves of the map. And this half has the little village in it. See, and this road here is the one that we live down. Go up here past the church. So there's a very small map, this one, but yeah, let's have a look at that. Paddock 9 there, I'm not quite sure where I'm meant to be going. My tractor's up there. Oh, paddock 30, sorry. No, it's the next one up that we want. Almost opposite the farm, in fact, or one of the farms on this map. There's, I think, 2 or 3 farms on this map, but yeah, the map itself kind of appealed to me, but I like the wild hedgerows along the sides and things, but the none of the farms appealed to me, and that little townhouse really did appeal to me. Well, I put the garage in at the back, it didn't have that there, so I added that in, and that's why I decided to give this a go. So this would appear to be paddock 30 right here. Just get out and open the gate. It's actually a lot bigger paddock than I expected it to be. Oh, it's the other end of it opens, okay. So I'm not really sure whether the mowers I've got are actually really quite big enough for the size of the paddock. Oh. But as you can see, it is quite a tight little map, so if this isn't big enough, I don't know, you'd probably struggle to actually get a bigger mower set up on this map. Now we've managed to hold up absolutely all the traffic in there coming along. Just closing the gate so that we can actually mow where it opens into. So now yeah, another thing I'd like about this map is when the traffic comes past again, you'll notice that some of the cars are actually towing caravans. So it's got the back mower going, and now we've changed to the front mower. And unfold it, put it down, it started up. Okay. Yes, this is actually the first time I've done any contracts. The first field I've actually looked at. So we'll give it a look, see? Yeah, I just thought, I really quite like that little village with the street down there with all the matching townhouses. And because some of them have garages in them, but already have cars in the driveways and things, so it wouldn't allow me to get past them, sort of thing, with my own car. But there was the one that had no car in the driveway and had a little, it had room down the side of the house, so I put a drive in there. I didn't have a drive already there, but I put one in, and it had room at the back there to put in a little single garage. So that's what made me decide, well, why don't I try this map out, but own the townhouse instead of one of the farms. Ooh, that's pretty steep right there. A lot steeper than I realised. And yeah, try doing a bit of contract work. Now, I actually downloaded this map and set that up before Fury Machine Gaming's latest video, where he's talking about doing contract work and things. So great minds think alike, but I cannot honestly say I wasn't copying his idea. But I actually started this, set up my townhouse and put in that contractor's shed and bought all the equipment and filled it out before Fury made that video. So I'm sure he won't mind that we're both doing some contract work. But that was my plan with this map, is to solely do contract work and not even own a farm. And I don't know, maybe that'll change over time, but at this point that is my plan, is just to have contract work only on this farm and just be a contractor. Often in New Zealand, contractors get used a lot. So for example, farmers might not be able to afford to have their own combine harvester in New Zealand. Obviously some of the map edges aren't quite sorted correctly on this. It's telling me I don't own the land right there. Well, I don't own it obviously, but it's the one I've been hired to mow. So yeah, as I said, this is the first paddock that I've done any work in whatsoever on this map since downloading it, so I'm not quite sure how well defined some of these paddock borders are yet, but we'll give it a look, see. Based on the size of this paddock, we're not going to get this one finished during, we're not even going to finish mowing it during this video, but that's alright. Not a biggie. What I might do is I'll finish this lap of the map as well, and then I might go back and grab my little MX-5 and just take you for a little cruise around, just to show you a bit more of the map, since I didn't realise the paddock was going to be quite so big. That makes sense, given it was a fairly well paying contract, this one. It would be big. But yeah, we'll just coming up here, that bit of the map right there. It's very, very steep, that bit of the paddock. So I don't know whether that's been deliberately done like that right here, or whether it's because it's right on the edge of the map, I think. If I have a look there. Yes, it is. Whether I just accidentally dropped the map surface down there and didn't actually deliberately do it. It's probably a wee bit unrealistically steep, but actually I enjoy it. It's quite neat. It just makes a change from an otherwise perfect flat map. So that one ahead of me there, that looks more like the kind of size field I was envisioning that I could do with this size mowing equipment. And this one that we're on, I must admit, I'm getting around okay. So the double mowers here seem to be managing. In actual fact, that one that's to the left of me right now, I could probably just do with the mower on the back and not even use the front mower for that one. Anyway, we'll get around to the gate and then we'll pause the work. This mowing setup's not perfect. It does leave a wee bit mist on the corners, but I just wanted to, since I was doing contract work, I wanted to try something a bit different. The setup is a wee bit different from what I usually have. So I usually only have a single mower. I either have one of those trailed mowers that drop out the side, or I have the mower that I've got on the back there now, the Samaz. But I thought, you know, I might just try a bigger tractor than what I normally run, and try having a twin mower setup, and it does look quite good. I'm getting that error message again there that I don't have access to that bit of land there, which is why it's not mowing right there. That's alright. Now I'm going to have to nip around here and just go and I'll mow the other side of the tree on the next lap. But, oh, there we go. Let's just pause it there for one moment. So if we kill that. So yeah, so that class mower there, and as I said, the Renault mower is exactly the same mod. I've got a smaller engine in it, so I've put smaller wheels on it. But it's quite a nice little mod, and it's one that I always wanted to try out, but just didn't really quite suit any of the maps I was doing before, because all the maps I do pretty much are set in the 80s. But this one's not, and Arley Farm isn't, of course. But I've got much smaller tractors on Arley Farm. They wouldn't handle the bigger tractors like that. So that's why I thought, you know, I'll try them on this map. So I don't know if Renault and Class are really brands you'd see in Ireland very much, but either way, I wanted to give that mod a try, and I wanted to give this map a try, so the two came together. Now if we come down here, okay, so yes, this is the street that I live on, and when I was driving down here and was investigating the map, I just really like the look of all these little houses here, and as you can see, a lot of the houses already have cars in the driveway and things, or I like that one where they don't have a garage, and that one, it's got a garage that doesn't open, and a car that's in the way so I couldn't access it. This was the only one, as I said, this one didn't have a driveway going down the side of the house here. I painted all that in, but this one had room for a driveway and room for a garage at the back. This one here, again, the garage doesn't open, and that bin got a wee bit in the way, so I couldn't really use that. That one had a garage but a car in the way, and the garage doesn't open. And this one has a car and a caravan in the way. It's probably a bit, this house probably a bit big and expensive for a contractor to own anyway. There's also a nice little park across the road there. So yeah, that's why I chose this house here. It was the only one in the street that had room for a driveway and a garage that I could actually access. So yeah, I'll take you for a quick spin around the map just to show you the rest of the map, since that paddock is a bit bigger than I envisioned. It will take me a bit longer to do that whole contract than what I envisioned it might. But up onto the footpath on the other side of the road, and there wasn't any pedestrian coming along. Okay, so as I said, this map is made up in like two parts, with the river connecting it, or the bridge over the river connecting two parts. So this part has quite narrow little lanes here, and it just loops around like this. And that on the left there is one of the farms that you can buy on the game if you want to. But yeah, it just didn't really appeal to me, that farmyard, so I thought, well, let's just try owning one of the townhouses instead, since I like the look of those. And we go around here. And head down here. Now, one thing I did have to do on this map, I might just pull over for a second and show you. So in order to own the townhouse, and also that plot of land that I've put my contractor shed on, what I had to do, if I press X here, is I had to buy all the border area. So as you can see, I own a lot of land there, which cost a whole $1 to buy, but that's because this here is the street with the townhouse on that I live in, and over here is my contracting yard, somewhere about there I think. So I'm buying the border, I got both of those, and basically how this map works, it doesn't really show the roads very well. Basically you've got a loop around this area of the map, and a loop around this area of the map, and the two loops are connected via that bridge. So, oops, wrong button. So yeah, the map is made up of basically two loops, and the two loops are connected with a bridge. That's it. So you can see here there's a bit of a beach there. And if we come down here, so both, I'm going to say both islands of the map, they're not really islands, it's the two different banks of the river, but both sides, both islands of the map have a wee bit of a different feel to them. So this one's got a lot of very close hedges and things. But it's quite lovely looking. Coming around here. Yeah, this should take us down past our contractor's shed. Which is just up here on the left. So there's our contractor's shed. And then up here, if we take a left this time, go across the bridge, I will show you the other island of the map. That's I'm calling them island, but they're not really islands. It's two loops that are connected by this little bridge here. I think this one's a loop. I'm certain it is. Maybe it's a dead end. I don't recall now actually. I'm thinking of it. So this one, as you can see, the hedges are a bit further away from the road and things, and lanes aren't quite so narrow. It has quite a different feel to it, being on this side of the river. So it's almost like two separate maps that are joined by a bridge. So yeah, this one, I didn't think this side of the river had quite the same appeal to me as the other side of the river. It's kind of like a wee bit more open, although it does close in a wee bit here. But yeah, this is a map that's been around for many generations of Farming Simulator. I've actually never ever got around to really playing it very much. So that's why I thought I'll give it a go now. And I don't know whether this map's going to become part of my permanent collection, or whether I'll just play this one a wee bit and then decide to delete it. So we'll just see how it goes. But I mean, if I don't want to play it permanently, it doesn't really matter, because I've got plenty of other maps to be going on with. But it was an Irish map, and I did kind of like the look of it, so I thought, well, let's give it a bit more of a bash. Oh, there you go. So this side, so doesn't loop around, it has a border there. So there you go. That means that the map, rather than being two loops connected by a bridge, it's actually more like a lowercase e. So you've got the circle here, and a tail that comes around here. So an E, oh, it might be a G. So it starts here and loops around like that, and then across the bridge. Anyway, that's showing you Carrigart map. So I'll pull over here on the side of the road and let you go now. It's only a very small map, this one, so it doesn't have to be a very long video for you to really see everything it's got to offer. Thank you very much. Bye.